One of the main things I get asked about is how to make quick meals. I have a section on my cooking website called 16-minute meals, and I got an interesting question last week. Somebody said, I've cooked all your 16-minute meals, how about a 10-minute meal? So immediately my shrimp stir fry came to mind. I've got 2 pounds of shrimp, and I threw them into this big skillet with a little oil and butter. Now I've got the heat on high, and that's part of what makes this meal so quick. Everything cooks really, really fast. Okay, I'll let the shrimp go for a little bit, and then I'll dice up some veggies. I've got 2 zucchini, and I'll just lop off the sides, cut them in half, cut them into quarters, and then I'm just gonna dice them up. Okay, now I'm gonna give the shrimp another little stir. I wanna make sure they keep cooking evenly. Shrimp is perfect for quick meals because it cooks really fast, and it's one of those great things to keep in the freezer. Definitely a staple. Okay, now I'm gonna throw in a little garlic. Adds big flavor. Stir that around. Okay, now I've got some fresh corn, and it's raw. I'm just gonna cut it right off the cob. I'm gonna hope it stays on the cutting board and doesn't go all over the floor. I love using fresh corn. It's really crunchy. Okay, I'm gonna check the shrimp again. Okay, they are looking perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and take them out of the pan because I don't want them to get too tough, too chewy. Shrimp are best when they're just barely cooked through. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little more oil and butter in the skillet. Get that stirred around. Now I'm gonna add everything in stages. The first thing I'll throw in is the zucchini. It'll take just a little bit longer to cook than the other veggies. The secret here is just to stir it around, let it cook for about 45 seconds to a minute, not very long at all. The key here is to put the tougher vegetables in first because they need a little bit longer to cook. Great, so now I'm not gonna take it out of the pan, I'm just gonna scoot it out to the outer edges of the pan, and then I'll grab the corn and throw it right in the center. I really am throwing corn everywhere. There will be aftermath. Okay, now I'll just kind of stir this around, let it start to cook in the center. Okay, this would be a really good time to salt and pepper everything. The corn doesn't need too long at all. The point is not to cook the corn all the way through. I just want to get it warm, basically. I like it to be really crunchy. That's enough time. So now I'll scoop the corn out of the center of the pan. And then I have about a cup each of red and yellow grape tomatoes, and I just cut them in half. And I'll throw these in the center. And I don't want to cook these at all. Again, I just want to warm them up. And then the shrimp goes back in, and I get all the juices from the pan. That's flavor right there. Stir that around. And then honestly, what totally makes this dish is lemon juice. I'll just squeeze a whole lemon all over the top, let it kind of sizzle in there with the butter and oil, and it just creates this delicious flavor. It makes it really fresh. And then the basil goes in. And then another thing I love to add is a cup of parmesan shavings. I'll just throw it right in. And then give it a toss. Dinner is done. I have to say, I think that was a little less than 10 minutes.